Vampires in movies today are usually a perfect 10. Suave, sophisticated, rich, sexy. It's enough to make any high school girl want to give up her family and humanity and get their bite on, no? Well, maybe not as much as you might think. As a matter of fact, I strongly imagine it would downright suck to be a vampire. For one thing, vampires don't probably look this good. Let's face it, a diet composed exclusively of blood is likely to stain your teeth. And though you might have cheekbones of an Adonis, it's hard to groom yourself when you don't have a reflection in a mirror.
Mr. Mayor, if you want to see the real vampire, look in the mirror.
I can't. I'm a vampire.
Not having a reflection is a thing generally attributed to the basal work of vampire fiction Bram Stoker's Dracula. But even before this, mirrors have presented problems for vampires and ghosts. It is widely believed that mirrors reflect part of your soul, which is why haunted mirrors have been such a trope in ghost stories for centuries. But vampires have no souls, and therefore nothing to reflect. There's also an old belief that silver is a holy metal due to its antimicrobial properties and will not reflect the impure. And most old mirrors and photographs were made with silver nitrate back in the day. It is believed that vampires and werewolves would be harmed by silver and wouldn't have a reflection because of it. It's hard to give your hair perfect lift and volume when you can't see yourself. Also, ever notice that all those vampires in the movies are always loaded? Well, they ought to be. They've been working for hundreds of years, right? That's quite a pension to draw on. Of course, you wouldn't have such an easy time with it right from the start. True, as a vampire, you don't feel cold or heat, and you could cut food out of your budget completely, but you still got bills to pay unless you want to go live in the sewer and eat rats. The problem is working a third shift job that lets out before sunrise. See, vampires are historically specters. They are akin to ghosts and witches. They are very firmly creatures of the night. And of course, as everyone knows, the sun destroys such creatures, banishes the evil from the world in the light of God. So this presents a major problem if you happen to be a vampire and your job lets out after dawn. Of course, you could just get lucky and sparkle in the sun, but let's not hope for outliers. So you can look forward to decades and centuries and millennia even of drawing long nights of working for the man and not knowing what you look like. But at least you'll be immortal, right? But would that really be such a good thing?
Why would you do this? You'd give up your humanity to watch everyone around you die. Think, Bella. With no theoretical limit to your own death, you'd live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everything and everyone you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
The problem with immortality is how much it stretches time. Your brains cannot retain all of your experiences. Basic human brains can only hold so much information within our neurons, and part of a healthy life is forgetting data. It's how your brain deals with informational overload. But immortals will live much longer than they have storage room for in their brain. In vampire movies, they frequently describe losing your humanity bit by bit until there's nothing left but this creeping monster of the dark. Well, I suspect that is likely because of this memory issue. If you live for thousands of years, eventually you will forget what it was like to be human, and not in some poetic sense, but literally. Also, get ready for some extreme boredom because with an infinite amount of time and only a finite amount of experiences possible, eventually you will run out of things to do. And then you get to spend the rest of eternity with nothing to do. No new experiences. Ever. It would be enough to make any vampire want to meet the sun. Personally, I like being a human. Our lives may be finite, but at least they are rich and diverse. Live life while you can, and keep your eyes and mind open. And always, be creative. Thanks for watching.